The first opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Glad you're with us. It's Blake Groupie to get this one started, and off we go here in New Orleans. Oh, a good return up past the 30. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They run here with Rico Dowdle. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
They juked him. Down the left sideline, and he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. 57 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. And when you draw up a draw play, you want to draw it up like that, right?
Sometimes it takes some fortitude to call that play, because if it doesn't work, it's a lot of angry people waiting in the hole for the runner. In this case, it broke free, a big gain.
They run again with Dowdle. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Rico Dowdle. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Now Rattler. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing is Rattler. And he is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do the next time he's in the position we just saw there. Outside of the pocket, takes a throw downfield, it turns up incomplete. I wonder if next time he might take off and run.
Ready?
A shotgun handoff now to Miller. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Ready.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Rattler working out of the gun. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll go. Here's Rattler. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Rattler going to look to throw again. This is caught. Touchdown, Saints. From 6 yards away. And the Saints are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Walking into the stadium, we saw a ton of people donning the jerseys of this rookie quarterback, so you know they love that opening drive, and he throws a touchdown pass.
He gave a little bit of confirmation about what they had hoped, right? Because they thought they had a quarterback. They're thinking they have a quarterback. You do this, they believe they've got a quarterback. Look up, elbowing each other up in the stands. That's our guy.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive with double-digit plays. They also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
Right back to him on first down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Prescott off play action. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Rattler wants to throw it. This one taken in by Olave. Down the right sideline, Chris Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave, 75 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
A point after, good by Groupie. And that'll make this a 6-point game. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A running play, it's Dowdle. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. He's going to let it go again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Olave over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
That's good for the Saints. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Kamara up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Rattler from the gun, 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints will extend their lead here just before halftime. Here's Groupie for the PAT. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Pushing his way through. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Here's Rattler. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10. And they'll run it from the gun with Miller. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Here's 3rd and 9. To the air is Rattler. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 42. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Inside handoff now, Miller. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Brought down back at the 45-yard line.
2nd and 13. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Saints are able to stretch out their lead. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. You just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
To throw is Prescott. Flush to his right. And he's taken down here by the Saints. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's second down. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. On play action, Prescott. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Play action now, Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. Kevontae Turpin, 78 yards. And the Cowboys get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Hayner here from the gun.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. It'll go as a gain of 4. And 3rd and 8 now.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Play fake. It's Hayner. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Flushed out right. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Micah Parsons. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Prescott to throw it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And this is a situation where as a head coach you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and...
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Kevontae Turpin.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Cowboys have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. That one looks like he'll throw here. Little short pass here to Hill. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for the Saints. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Hayner sets to throw it.
Buying time to his left. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. First and 10. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as he'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hayner.
Being chased out left.
And he will have a Saints first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory for him. To throw is Hayner.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Another shot from the one on second and goal.
Hayner here to throw it.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Marquez Valdez-Scantling there to make the grab. And the Saints have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
Groupie for the extra point.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Oh, he sheds himself free. Look at him go inside the 30. And just not quite enough gas in the tank, down to the 4-yard line, but still a sensational effort.
All praises for a tremendous return, but how about the guys that never gave up on the play, refused to let him get into the end zone, and tracked him down before he got there and made the tackle? A lot of pride exhibited by guys on special teams.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down.
One last shot now for Prescott.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.